Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is just a quick little YouTube stock gains update here. And I figured I'd do this. So as you can see, I made about 250 bucks off of YouTube here last month. So the month payout of January, which was actually really good. I was really surprised by that. Usually the YouTube payout, well, I guess that would be December. And January payout here, I'm slated to make about $220. So this was the December money that I made, which was pretty good. And January was really good too. But as you can see, I finally crossed over the $2,000 mark. And it's been a tumultuous, I guess, a little while here since I put that money in January into my account up to February 10th here, but we're getting back here to just about where we were when we invested. Of course, a lot of that has to do with the, with the election and Elon and all these speculative things going on. A lot of it also has to do with the $1 trillion sell-off of NVIDIA. So I hopped on that right away because I've got NVIDIA spread around my whole portfolio, but I like NVIDIA. I don't own anything from NVIDIA, but I believe in what they do, and they're one of the largest companies in the whole world. Now, not the largest anymore. I believe Apple is worth the most now. I think NVIDIA is like second or third most. But anyway, as you can see here, just scrolling through, they're regaining their 52-week high, but they did have a massive drop. If we look just specifically at NVIDIA here, you can see that. And if we look at the 1 month, you could see that there was quite a large drop down to 114 on February 3rd. And that really was about the time to get into it. Anytime you see a company like NVIDIA and all these idiots out there, I'm no expert. I'm not an investing expert any means. I'm the everyman, everyday investor. I manage all my own money, and I'm decent at it as well, I would say. But, anytime you have a massive sell-off of a multi-trillion-dollar company like NVIDIA or Apple, Tesla, Amazon, anything like that, you have a massive sell-off, that's your time to buy because these companies have been around forever. NVIDIA's been around forever. And now, look at that growth in the last 5 years of how much it's just steadily gone up and up. If I had the money to invest even in 2022, oh my God, if I had the money to invest even in 2023 in what NVIDIA was, oh my gosh, I'd be rich. I would be rich in the money that I put into NVIDIA so far, but we all can't be rich. So anytime, again, you have a massive sell-off of a company like this, you have to buy. You have to buy. That's just something that you have to do. NVIDIA is one of those companies that basically carries the whole market. You've got companies like NVIDIA, Apple, Amazon, Google, Walmart, Tesla, companies that basically carry the whole market. And I'm a pretty conservative investor, but as you can see in this YouTube portfolio alone, I've got a lot of iShares S&P 500 funds here because I personally like investing in those, essentially because it has all of the largest. Let's just look at IVE, for example. I love IVE. It's a value ETF. And I absolutely love it because of the fact here, and I don't know if it will show you here. Well, it pays a dividend, which is great. I like that. B, it has all these holdings here. So you get Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, United Health Group, ExxonMobil, Berkshire B, which I also own outright, Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, JP Morgan. So you get all of the different sectors. You get the banking industry, healthcare, pharmaceuticals, Berkshire, energy, tech stocks, stuff like that. You get all of that in one ETF, which is awesome. So it's a pretty safe bet that, let's just say, for example, when Apple goes down, you're going to have all these other stocks, all these other companies that can bring it up. And as you can see, there's 408 other holdings as well in there, hence the S&P 500. They are just a little bit different in percentage. So now if we take a look at IVW here, which is a growth ETF, you can see that, again, dividend, which is great. You can see 11% of IVW is held in NVIDIA, and then 6% in Apple, Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, Google, Tesla, AVGO, which is Broadcom, Google, and Eli Lilly and Company. So this is really, if this is a growth fund, I love IVW as well. I should have more money in there personally because it's basically all of these tech companies in here which have grown exponentially over the last few years. And it's really, the one to get into, I think, in my opinion. I'm pretty happy with it myself, but again, you're not going to do much with $2,000 in here, but this is just a fun little YouTube stock portfolio that I want to see how much off of the money that I make each year, how much it will grow or decline, most likely grow since its inception, and how much money it would grow compared to like a high yield savings account if I would have invested that money in there. But I've been, this payout here to get me to the over $2,000 mark, I basically got paid out April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So that's 9 months of doing YouTube. I'm waiting for January, February, March, and that'll be a whole year not of doing YouTube. I've been doing YouTube for many, many years. It just took that long to get to 1,000 subs, which is crazy. Some of my content does great. Some of it does absolutely terrible, which is okay. I like to try to post a video every single day, although I've missed a little bit here, which is okay. It does happen, and I think going forward, I don't think I'm going to be able to sustain that, but it is what it is. And if I can manage, I had expectations of being on YouTube and making, $150 a month. Not a lot, but enough, enough to throw in a portfolio like this and, have some fun with it and see how it grows over 5 years, 10 years, whatever it does. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, if you're able to save this amount of money, you're already ahead of the curve. If you can do anything you can to make a little extra cash, like what I do on YouTube, even if something is stupid and doesn't work, then it's a win because you're still making money off of it. And that's what this is, essentially. I don't know what I'm going to do with this money, but in the future, I have no clue. But if I end up 10 years down the road with an extra $30,000 in this portfolio, then hey, that's $30,000 I can use on down payment on a house, down payment on a rental property, down payment on a vehicle, or just continue to keep saving it and transfer it to a high yield savings for emergency, or just keep it in this account and just let it grow over time and keep growing and growing and growing, or transfer this money to a Roth IRA or something like that. Just keep it growing, essentially. You can't go wrong when you grow your money. And that's essentially what this is. So that's basically what I'm invested in here. My Berkshire B, I don't think I'm going to invest anymore in that. That's 10% of the account so far. What I'm going to do next, I've already got a really good assortment here in IVE, IVW, and NVIDIA. So what I'm going to do next is get into IVV, which is a more expensive fund, basically, of the S&P 500. It's very expensive to get in here. If we take a look, it's basically your core S&P 500 at ETF. I mean, this has grown so much, and again, this stock here, you can see how much it's grown in a year. It's gone up over $100 in a year. For me, why I haven't invested in this as much as I have wanted to was the fact that it just cost a lot of money to get into it, and I wish I would have had the money to get more into it. Again, it's almost at its 52-week high. If you look, I mean, look at that. That is unbelievable returns. Unbelievable. 5-year, 3-year, 10-year, just unbelievable returns, which is great. So if you look at its companies here that are in here, again, you've got Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA, Amazon, Meta, Google, Tesla, EVgo, Google, Berkshire B. Great holdings here. And this is another one I'm going to get into, and hopefully I'm going to make this my primary account, or my primary group in there. Company in there, I guess you can't really call it a company, my primary fund in the account, because it essentially has NVIDIA and Berkshire B in it, which is great. Now, I should get some, eventually what I'm going to do is get some dividend-paying stocks in there as well. You could not go wrong with that. Big Truck Series on YouTube, check him out. He knows what he's talking about when it comes to stocks. He has not led me astray except for Lucid. Lost about $900 in Lucid, but that's it. Otherwise, I haven't lost any money due to him besides that $900, and that was made up way more than what I lost. So that was great. But again, you're looking at this stuff, and yeah, the market's maybe down a little bit, but this is the time to capitalize on it, especially when anything goes wrong with this administration that's in there. If Elon manages to mess things up, or whatever Trump says makes the market go down, that's your time to buy. That's your time to buy. You can't go wrong with that, and that's what I believe in. I like to save my money until it's time to buy. When I do have money to invest in the summertime, I go whole hog in. Because I own a golf course, and I max out my IRA right then and there, and then, that's it for my IRA. But I still continue to push money through these accounts because essentially it's free money you're gaining. You gain free money by doing nothing. You're essentially giving yourself a raise because of the fact that this money is working for you. You're not doing a thing. You're not lifting a finger to make this money work for you. And that's all I have to say. So, YouTube stock portfolio update in February of 2025. Thanks for watching, everyone. Like and subscribe.